Hello everyone, Jennifer Smith here from Hidden Garden Oasis. Today's class is all about how to make your own homemade toxin-free laundry detergent. Um, I did film myself making the detergent, so there will be another video if I can figure out how to edit it where you can actually see the step-by-step. Um, but I've already made it today, so I can't show it to you. It's too difficult. There's too many steps that involve leaving the room or going to the other side of the room to do the whole process live. So I'm going to break it down to you here when you can hear everything I'm saying, and then there will be part two where I figure out, probably have to have Sammy, my digital media girl, help me edit it for that step-by-step process for you to see it. So what you're going to need is a 5-gallon bucket, a 5-gallon bucket paint stirrer, which they give you for free in the paint department. And that's also where you're going to find your bucket, so you might as well get it while you're over there. You're going to need borax. If you're a Supernatural fan, you know those hurt Leviathan. And you're going to need washing soda. I had to put mine in a bucket because the box busted open, but I kept the top. It's Arm & Hammer, but it's washing soda, not baking soda. Baking soda I use for my fabric softener. Washing soda, again, it can be Arm & Hammer. That's what I use. Is what you're going to use for the detergent part of it. And it's liquid detergent that we're making. You're also going to need, oh, I forgot the Castile soap. You're also going to need Castile soap. Now, I used to use the bar, and then I would grate it up with a cheese grater. But I found personally that there's a lot of clumping with that after it's sitting, especially in the cold winter months. Even if the house is warm, because you have it sitting on the ground, it clumps up, and I didn't like it. So I switched to the liquid. And what I get is I get it from Amazon. It's Castile soap. It's liquid. I chose the unscented one because I want to add my own scents. You can get scented Castile soap, in which case you have already taken care of what your laundry detergent is going to smell like. There's multiple different ways to do your laundry soap as far as how to get the scent in there. Another option would be to use essential oils. Some people don't want to do that. And then another option would be to use dried herbs or fresh herbs. Of course, fresh herbs, you're going to get the strongest scent from those, but you can use dried. This time I used rose petals, dried rose petals. And what you do is you get a mason jar, you put your rose petals in there, you boil some water, fill it up like you're making a really strong tea. And you're going to let it steep with the mason jar closed overnight. And then you'll strain them and add your floral scent after you strain it, and a cup of Castile soap to a pot. And you're going to let it all melt and infuse together. So you need a total of 4 cups of water, your fragrance water, and then a cup of Castile soap, the liquid kind. That's what I use. I like my soap to be soapy though, because I'll explain that later. I usually do add more water to it. So after I put it in my container. So you get your scent together. This is what I did, and this is what you're going to see when I edit that together. Is I did the dried rose petal infusion overnight, and then I strained it. I put it in a pot with 1 cup of Castile soap and the scent, the water, the infused water, and then I added a little bit more water. Put that on the stove. You take your 5-gallon bucket and you fill it halfway with steaming hot water. Not cold water, not lukewarm water, but hot water. while your stuff on the stove is cooking, you will add 1 cup of your borax powder and 1 cup of your washing soda. And then you take that paint stirrer and you stir it up really, really well. And then you go and you get your pot off of the stove and you pour that in your bucket and you stir that up really well. And then what you do after that is you fill up the 5-gallon bucket all the way to the top, give it one more good stir, put the lid on it, and set it in your laundry room or wherever you have to put it overnight. Now within 24 hours, the next day, you are able to stir it up again and then use it. If you are somebody who's not going to do it that way and you are just going to use the scented Castile soap, liquid or grated, you would do a cup of your Castile soap in a pot and 4 cups of water and let that melt into there, and then do everything else just like I said. If you are somebody who wants to use the essential oils, when you put everything in the pot, that's when you will add that. Or you can wait until everything's together and add it so that you can see how strong of a smell it's going to be. Now, when I am done with all of that and it's sat for 24 hours and I gave it a good stir again, I like to put mine, I like to fill this up. I got this specifically for my laundry soap. So this is a glass container with a lid and it has a little spigot. And then I have my little measuring cup here. So I just hang it on the side like that. And then when I go to do the laundry, I just open the door, fill it up, and pour it in the washing machine, the cup in the washing machine. Now what I like to do, which makes it even last even longer, is when I start getting low in here, I'll add a little bit more water to it just to make it last even longer. Now when you do your laundry soap that way, first of all, you have a 5-gallon bucket, so that alone, even if you don't add more water while you're using it or in a container, or if you're just getting it straight out of there, which tends to be messy sometimes, just so you know, you can still make it last, like, depending on how much laundry you do, 6 months to a year for a 5-gallon bucket. So if you get a box of borax and a box of washing soda, and you get a big thing of organic Castile soap, which is what I get, that is a few years worth of laundry soap for pennies a load, as opposed to getting a big thing of laundry soap at the store that's full of, you know, toxins and irritants, which is going to go into your body and make you feel kind of blah. And if you don't want that, and you do it this way, and you're saving a ton of money. It's a little bit of work, but it really does not take that long at all. At all to make. And you'll see that when I edit. Sorry about that. I'm not the best at the, you know, the digital media thing. Not really not my thing. But I'm working on it. So that is how you make homemade laundry soap. And it lasts so long, and it's so cheap to make. I bought these, I think it's been almost 2 years now, and it's to here. This is the borax, so not even quite halfway done with it. So it lasts a long time, let me tell you. And I personally, like I said, would choose the liquid because it doesn't clump. When it's done, I will make another video and then try to add it all together so you can see all the steps together. If you have any questions, just let me know. You know, my husband works in a factory. My son works in a hardware store, so they get pretty dirty, and it works on all of their stuff really well. If there's a particular load where it's extra dirty or extra stinky, I might do a little bit more. I usually put a cup, that measuring cup full of the laundry soap in the washer for a full load, But if it's, like I said, an extra rough one from their work, I will maybe do a cup and a half. But it lasts a long time, and it does the trick. It gets the stuff out. And then if you pair it with the homemade fabric softener, which I've already made a video for, so you can check that out on YouTube, or you can check it out on my personal page or my Hidden Garden Oasis page. They are in both places, and if you make both of those, your clothes will smell good, and they'll be so soft and toxin free. I mean, and way cheaper than just buying laundry detergent and fabric softener at the store. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you try it out. And if you have any other questions, just reach out and let me know. And as always, thank you for allowing me to help you on your natural healing journey. Thank you.